my channel. This is another live. Happy 11/11. Can you believe that? We're already November the 11th. So I'm just waiting for some of you guys to come on before I get started. See who joins. Hi, Mr. Shoddy. Hi, Catherine. Chelsea. Hi, guys. I don't know if my connection, it may be going in and out. So if you see any latency, just know it's that. Happy 11/11. What is up, you guys? I hope a lot of you are off from work today. I know a lot of you are working. I decided to take today off since it is considered like a federal holiday, even though I'm self-employed, but I wanted to take it off. So I'm not doing any readings. So if anybody purchase readings, I will start resuming back tomorrow doing them. But today I will be doing some readings here live. That I did want to do. I didn't want to share 11/11 this time because the last live that I did, I just did more talking and I didn't get to go live. So I will be going. This is a rainbow moonstone. Isn't it beautiful? I like showing off my little jewels. It shines with the light. So it's 11/11. It's portal energy, guys. A very, very strong energy since we're in the season of Scorpio. Scorpio season. So this is a time of where today it's like intuition's on peak. On fleek, I guess I was going to say. A lot of people are feeling the energy. Some of y'all may be feeling it a little too intense. Some of you may be a little tired. If you're tired, that's the reason why. It's because the energy is going to affect everyone depending where you're at in your spiritual path and where you're at, just basically in your life. It's going to affect everyone differently. So I will be doing some readings here. I wanted to also talk about Charles Levin, that Seinfeld actor that was found. I want to talk about that because a lot of people have speculated that he ended up like having an accident, and then his intels, all his like intestines and stuff were missing. Okay, when they found him, and they attributed that to vultures eating his insides out, which is a bunch of crap and bullshit, basically. And that's what I'm here to talk about today. So I'm not going to necessarily do a reading on him, but I'm going to tell you that it was a sacrifice. It was murder. It was people that didn't want him alive anymore, and definitely people that he would have known and been interacted with. So it's a very dark and very satanic, very dark thing that's going on, especially when we talk about harvesting of organs and these traffickers and all these gross things that are happening in the world today that are very evil, and that is very known to happen there in Hollywood among the elite. And so they wanted to take him out. I do not feel at all that this was like a natural cause of death, like he would have had an accident and then just, everything was strategically placed. This is pretty gross, like having his insides eaten out. Like me, I think it's YouTube. Can you see me? Can y'all hear me? There we go. It was just showing me that connection was a little unstable. Can y'all see me now? Hi, Amanda. All right. Is it freezing still? Okay, we're back. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with the connection. Sometimes it does that. I don't know. YouTube, it's a YouTube issue. I don't know. But these people are never going, like, the dangers of Hollywood and being an actor or an actress or a musician or anybody in that industry, there is like a lot of danger for these individuals, because once you're in, it's like a select group, not everyone, of course, but sometimes when you are in these things, to get out, it's like almost like a gang, blood in, blood out. And that's basically how it is in that industry as well. It's like a big, dark, satanic type of thing. So my heart goes out to the friends of Charles and the people that knew him and that really valued him and that were considered his friend. I don't get that he would have been in this, like he wouldn't have been a part of that group satanic thing, but they wanted to basically get him out, eliminate him, and that's what they did. So I do feel like he was very innocent from my standpoint from spirit, but no, it's just a sad situation. Yeah, we are in the Mercury retrograde as well, so that's causing a lot of communication issues, etc. So if this video goes out again, I apologize if it freezes up. Usually it doesn't, so we'll just do that. Okay, I brought my deck today to do readings in a minute. And then I also brought this deck, Saints and Mystics. This is by Andres Ingracia. Ingracia? Yeah, Ingracia. Illustrated by Wesley Sosa. And these are very large cards. Like, let me show you. These are very large cards. Like, you see how I'm holding them? So we'll be doing some readings off of these. I felt very compelled to use like the Saints and Mystics deck today to give some messages out. But before we do that, like I said, I spend the first 30 minutes usually of the show just kind of like going through comments. This is like a spiritual Q&A, guys. So if you feel like you want to ask something on a spiritual level, go ahead. I am bringing you content. If you haven't checked out my tuna recipe that I posted last night, yes, Cooking with Ray, I did that. I'll be doing some more videos of those, and also some like eating videos, reactions to new foods, things like that. And then I did a video on shadow work, which is, I think, is very important for a lot of you that are tuning in to go and look at that video on shadow work, because the shadow work, it's going to explain a lot of the things that you're maybe feeling or going through, especially those of you that may have some blocks, etc. So that had that. I added some new jewelry to my website last night, well, yesterday evening. So go check that out. It's really like inexpensive. Like most of all the pieces are $20 to $30 range, like a $25 to $30 range for some pendants. And they're very, very beautiful and unique. All right, so let me go ahead and get into the comments here. I'm going to just, oh, I like this. Xenomorph says, I've just started automatic writing. Do you have any advice for me? Oops. All right, so it's like freezing up once in a while. I apologize. As far as like automatic writing, I do it, but I do it through a laptop. That's why I do my readings through, basically through the computer, through online, just looking at a photograph. That's how I do it. It's automatic writing, but it's automatic typing for me. And that's what I do. It's like, I just listen to what spirit is saying, what is coming through forth. You know, don't try to overanalyze it. Whatever you're processing, feeling, and whatever you're getting, just automatically write it down. It works the same way. As that's like how my gift is. Basically, it's automatic typing when I'm channeling. I don't have to do it that way. I could do it writing, but I don't like doing it through writing. Some people do. Just write, you know, focus on what you're getting and just write at it and go at it. And some people, like, it takes time to develop automatic writing. A lot of people do it several times to get it, you know, get it right, to get it more in tune, get fine-tuned that actual skill. Spiritual ability, because it's a form of channeling, automatic writing. I like that question. Yes, guys, I am live today because it's 11:11. Okay, let's see here. Liz says, hi, Ray, I saw your video. When the spirit opened your front door, this really concerns me that they can just come into your house and unlock your front door. Does this bother you? I would be afraid. Okay, that's a very good question. I didn't post this video on, I think I may upload it to YouTube. It's like a 54-second clip. The other night, oh, that's a good story that I can tell y'all. It actually happened to me. A lot of you that don't follow me on Instagram, you need to follow me on Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray. And if you don't have it, get with the program. What are you waiting for? Download Instagram and get it. You can follow me at Psychic Medium Ray. For those of you that follow me, you need to check out that video that Liz mentioned. Okay, so the other night I was in the kitchen. I was making some taco meat because I was making some tacos. Very healthy. The way that I make it is healthier than ordering it from Taco Bell, trust me, because I'm cooking my own hamburger meat, you know, with seasonings and stuff like that. But anyways, I was cooking and I was standing at the stove with my back face to the living room where the door is, and I heard a slam, and I was like, what is that? And it was pretty loud. Mind you that I always lock my door from the inside, so it was locked, and it would take a person like to stand there and actually unlock the door. Well, then I felt like it was the door because I also had the radio going, the TV going, but I heard it. And so I went to check the door, and the door was closed. It was closed. So then I said, something said, go and check the outside parameters, you know, open the door. So I opened the front door, and the thing was locked. I had to unlock it. And I opened it up, and then there was nothing there. At least I thought there was nothing. But I did feel a presence. Like I knew it was like a male presence that was leaving the house, because I actually had done like a cleansing a few hours before, but I didn't do it very thoroughly, and I didn't do it in every space, only in my living space, my office space where I do my readings, etc. So then I go back and I was like, I'm gonna go and look up my footage, camera footage, because I have cameras all around the perimeters of where I live. And so I went and I checked the cameras, and I knew exactly what time it had happened. It was like at 7 something in the evening, and I looked at the that range of like 5-minute range of that footage for that one particular camera, and sure enough, you see the door, and it had to be unlocked because you don't see a hand like pulling it open, and it opened from the inside, and it moved just about probably about like a foot open, and then it closed. It was kind of slow motion. And then like less than a minute later, I get to the door, and before I open it, you can see like an orb shooting from that door direction towards the camera, like leaving the premises. And then you see me opening the door, and you can see me with my hand, opening the door, obviously. And I look out. I was like, don't start shit, there won't be shit. So I'm not afraid of spirits or demons. I'm not afraid of them at all. I don't believe living in this with the spirit of fear. And so I was like, I was about to open up a can of whoop ass, okay? But that happened, and basically they were not there on camera. But I saw, like, if you haven't seen that video, you need to go see it, because this is like something you cannot make up. The video is not tweaked, it's not edited at all. It's raw footage from my camera feed. And so I was in shock. I was like, really? I was like, really? So then after that, I had to go in around with sage, holy water, and just kind of clear my area. But no, I'm not afraid of spirits. My house is always having weird things. Like, I always feel presences. And it's because I'm a portal myself, and a conduit, since I channel spirit and I work with spirits and stuff like that. And I'm always doing mediumship readings, which is when I connect more to spirit. So yeah, this would have definitely been just maybe like a spirit. I didn't feel like it was a malevolent spirit, but maybe like someone that felt uncomfortable in my presence, because I wasn't too far from it, and maybe it had to leave. So it left, obviously, because you can see the orb like hightails, like, and it flew. And I thought it was funny when I saw it. Somebody was like, I don't know if that's an insect or an orb, but it was so fast, and you can see it like as soon as before you open the door. But yeah, anytime I have something paranormal, I will share it if I can capture it on camera. I thought it was very interesting to capture it, because most people don't. Like, when you see these paranormal teams and they're on TV, sometimes they do capture these, what they call anomalies, but for the most part, they don't really like find spirit all the time on camera. It's like hard to see it. So a lot of people definitely have had, when they saw this video, if a lot of them, I guess, were sensitives. A lot of you maybe like empaths. Some people were freaked out by it. Like, they would said, I wouldn't have been able to sleep at all at night, and I slept just fine. Like I said, I'm not afraid of spirit. And like, I think one of my gifts, honestly, and not to like sound pretentious or anything, but I am realizing that part of my gift is to be like an exorcist, basically getting rid of evil entities. And so I'm not afraid of them. I have gotten rid of them on the astral plane when I do astral travel. So yeah, demons don't scare me in the least. The only thing that I can say that really came close, not to scare me, but really that was like an eye-opening experience, was the Yorktown Memorial Hospital. And it was because there were so many of them in there. And it's like, it didn't scare me what was in there. What scared me was my health, because they can affect your health, especially if you're coming like unprepared. But my house, like I said, it has like a spiritual vortex of protection. I have crosses in every room. I have Saint Benedictine medallions in every room. I have hot foot powder. I have black salt all around the perimeter. I have Himalayan salt all around. I've saged all the parameters. So if anything that is in there at all that can come in, it's going to be spirit that's a good spirit. So I don't think this is like a bad spirit, but you know, it's just, it comes with the territory. If you are a medium or you're a healer or you do any kind of work, just stay open. Let's say you're not, but you live with someone that is, because a lot of you may have children that are very gifted, or family members that are very gifted. As long as they're in your house, you're going to have activity. And it was funny because as I was reading the activity, I was reading people's messages on my post. Like so many of y'all said, oh, I've had that happen to me all the time. My house always has things like drawers opening and cans being moved or objects being moved from side to side. So yeah, it's pretty pretty interesting. Like I think some people, if y'all are with me, or if I was doing a paranormal investigation with some people, I would definitely get activity if I'm with you, because typically anywhere I go, there's weird things that happen always. Either like cameras malfunction, phones start acting up, lights like a fog on the background. Like when I take photos outside in very haunted locations, you will see a fog. And I've had pictures of that when I went to Golden Old Mission. I posted those on my Instagram as well. So if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me there. Okay, so let me see here some other questions that you have. But Liz, you got me. That's a good question. I'm glad that you brought it up. Lily said, I saw that orb. Sage, what sage do I recommend? I just use white sage. There's a lot of people that like a combination of sweetgrass with sage, or lavender with sage. It doesn't matter. Like you can use any kind of sage. There's different sages, different types as well. White sage is not the only one, but that's the one I kind of use. Sorry, guys, I'm just reading the comments. Okay, Gersharon Sandhu, she asked, when spirit first started communicating with you, how did it sound like? Sometimes I can hear chirping sounds and I can't understand it at all. That's exactly how my clairaudience started when it first started picking up. It wasn't like clear conversations like I have now with my spirit guides when they talk to me. I was working, this was in 2012, before my near-death experience in 2014. In 2012, my clairaudience started picking up without me even knowing, like it was already activating. And I worked in a call center, and I was in a cubicle. I was a senior business analyst doing a lot of reporting. How my cubicle was set up was my back was facing all of the agents' rows that were there. But at that time, they were already getting rid of people, and they were downsizing from a 500 employee center down to like 200 people. So the people that used to be on those rows behind me during the day, in the late afternoon, they were no longer there on those rows. So it was very empty and ghost-like. But the other part of the call center, just like a few feet away, there was a lot of people. But where I sat, there was no one there, and I would hear in the beginning, like conversations going on, people talking, but they were very muddled or muffled, and I didn't understand what was being said. And then I would turn around, and I was like, I felt presences behind me, and I was like, what is this? And then I moved, I got away from that place where I was told they wanted us to be around people. So we were sitting there, and that stopped. But for a long period of time in the afternoons, every afternoon, I would hear things, happen, conversations, and I would feel presences, and I would hear like muffles, like whispers. Can't describe it, but it's like you can't understand it. It's exactly what you're going through, Gersharon. And so later on, I asked my co-analyst. She was also a business analyst, but worked like under me for. She was like my co-analyst, but she wasn't a senior analyst. She was just the business analyst for another department, but we worked together. And so I told her, I was like, do you ever hear when I'm gone from here? Like, because she would sometimes come in earlier than I would. And I was like, do you ever hear anything moving around in my desk, or like hear like whispers or stuff like that? And I started getting curious and asked, and this prompted me to ask questions. And she was like, no, sometimes I do, but for the most part, I don't. But when she wasn't there and I was there, I would hear stuff moving like in her desk. And I would go around the corner of the other cubicle or jump up to look over, and I wouldn't see anything. So again, spirit works in mysterious ways. And I think a lot of people think that spirit will just appear on command to every single person that's in a room, and that's not true. They can, I don't know how they do that, but they can appear to only to those that they want to appear to. And I feel like it's the people that are more open. And sometimes if you're not open, you will be if you're around another person that is. So that's a very, very good question. The sounds, you can fine-tune your clairaudience by relaxing your mind, and typically between 12 a.m. and 5 a.m. Those are like the peak hours of spiritual activity when we're more at rest, and you can kind of hear more things clearly if you really pay attention, or you're awake during that time period. And I typically wake up a lot during those time periods. Like sometimes from 1 to 3, I'm awake, or 1 to 3:30, and then I go back to sleep. But I always am awake like every other hour. I'm not the type of person that sleeps like from like, let's say 10:30 or 11 p.m. all the way until like 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. I don't. So yeah, I sleep very little. It's like I'm up by 4 a.m. every morning, and I get going. That's like how I probably sleep maybe about 6 hours, sometimes 5. It just depends. What I've noticed, like as you get older and your spiritual abilities get stronger, your sleep, you don't feel as tired and you don't need as much sleep. But sometimes when you are like, if I have a day where I'm like fully loaded with readings and just reading people, and I push myself to probably read about 6 to 7 people in a day, by that night I'm so exhausted, I have a headache, and I am out. And I sleep like a little bit longer than I would normally. But it just depends on how well you're balancing your mind, body, and soul as doing this work, etc. So those are good questions. Let me see here. I'm trying to go back up. Kendra Smith, hey Ray, hope you're doing well. I have negative energy and feelings within my house, and I smudge my house. Do you have any advice? Yeah, I definitely would like use Florida water. You can use some Florida water, and depending if you have hardwood floors, you can mop. You can put like a couple of, a little bit of that Florida water in your regular mop water, and or you can just throw it, on the floor and mop it up. And as you do, you're mopping that area. You can just pray to Archangel Michael to remove all negative attachments or energies that are in your house. Sometimes you have to use different measures. There is a ghost repel candle that you can order online. Some botanicas have it to get rid of unwanted presences in your house. I actually have it. I bought one recently, so I'm going to be burning that, whenever I need it. So I have all types of candles, guys, in my altar. Like I have two altars. And I have like one that's dedicated to all types of metaphysical candles, like reversal candles, bind and reverse. I have money drawing candles. I have love candles. I have, let me see, road opener candles, blockbuster candles, spirit vision candles. You name it, I have it. I have like so many candles. You could use, how can I be successful in my business? Abina asked that. You need to work with the High John the Conqueror. You need to work with that. And there is a candle that you can buy. Some botanicas have it. The House of Hoodoo has it every Saturday at 6 p.m. I recommend them. You can also check like the original Botanica online. They may have that as well. Like I buy a lot of my candles from the original Botanica. It is out of the Bronx, New York. I love their shop. Like they have candles that are really cheap. They're not like $30 or $20 candles. They're very reasonable. You can get them like for $6, and they don't have a strong scent at all. They're very safe. So I definitely recommend like the original botanica.com. And I'll try to probably put the link on this down below. But I definitely would recommend you working with High John the Conqueror because he helps people with business matters as well. I think a lot of people don't know that. He can help you manifest that as well. That's one of my favorite, to work with completely. So let me see here. Just go down some more. Okay, so Shayla Shelita one says, wow, I have a friend with not good spirits going cleansing her home. 2 messages came through her phone through Messenger and told me to leave now and said, you're going to die in the basement. A lot of times spirits that are malevolent or darker entities, which sounds like what your friend may have there, they will use threats like that to scare you. It's just like a scare tactic. I don't feel like they definitely would go through with that. They don't have the power to do that unless it's a demon. I don't feel like this is a demon entity. But sometimes there are darker souls that are earthbound and trapped and haunting these homes and places that will utilize that to kind of scare people because they can feel. The thing that we have to realize, I think a lot of people don't, is that spirits that are earthbound and that are malevolent or dark entities are not necessarily considered demons on that spectrum because they were once alive, but they were very evil in life and evil in death. They're very much the bullies, and they can smell just like demons can, those that fear. And fear is like something that they feed off of on. So do not be fearful. I have a friend that is in the hospital right now, so I want to send her prayers out to my friend Yesenia. I do want to take some time, if y'all can send her some good thoughts and whatnot. And she was going through something. I'm not going to say all of this because it's private. I don't think she's on right now, but she was going through something, and I actually told her you need to carry always the Saint Benedictine crucifix. It's the cross with Jesus on it. It's a crucifix with Jesus on it, but it has a Saint Benedictine medallion. So Shelita, I recommend that Your friend has that hanging in her house. I have that hanging in every room. It is considered the exorcism medallion, the Saint Benedictine one. But when you power it with the crucifix, it's very strong on getting rid of bad entities. And if you can get it preferably in gold, gold is a very good color because it is the color of the sun. It is the color of divine masculine. It's the God energy that's going through. So that may help completely. So let me look here. You're welcome, Jill T says, thank you so much for helping us and give us great insight. I really enjoy these sessions where I get to sit one-on-one and talk in front of the camera because I rarely do that. Well, I won't say I rarely do it. I do it every week, but I'm hoping for thoughts and prayers to many relationship with my son, my only child. It makes me so sad, a huge hole in my heart. He was a toxic relationship. He was a toxic relationship for me, but I feel worse for him gone away. Elizabeth Joyce. Oh, my heart and soul goes out to you. Lots of prayers and peace, that peace will be restored upon your child and yourself. It's horrible. Guys, I also recommend if you're going through financial crisis right now, a lot of us are struggling financially, for you to get yourself a Rose of Jericho. That's something that a lot of people don't know about, or a lot of people don't really haven't heard about it, but some people like in the Latino culture know about it. The Rose of Jericho is like a plant. It's like a desert plant. Basically, it's a ball, and it's very dry in nature. And basically, once you put it, you have to put it in a bowl with a little bit of water, maybe about that much, like, just a couple of ounces. Not like you don't want to drown the plant. It will open up slowly. Like after a couple of hours, it starts blossoming and opening up. And when it opens up, you can actually put some coins on there, money, crystals, and you have it in your home space. And it's believed that it does bring money into your life. It actually has worked for me. I have one on my altar space, and I always use it. It is a money attractor. It definitely is like a magnet for money. So use that if you are wanting to be if you want to overcome any financial constraints. Okay. Lexi Love, hey girl. She says, hey Ray, I'm 19 and I don't know how to incorporate my spiritual knowledge into my path. It's okay, Lexi. I feel like you definitely are going to be on the right path and embrace it a little bit more. Sometimes when you're at that age, you're very young, you may be kind of feeling a little bit more push or nudges to hurry up and be as advanced as other people or be more open, but you don't need to compare yourself to anyone. I think the message for you from Spirit is just to take it easy. Practice with your tarot cards. I don't know if you use them, but I keep seeing a deck of tarot cards or oracle cards. Use those if you don't use them now. Use them because you can practice. And I think that's how a lot of people can develop their psychic abilities, apart like from trusting your gift. A lot of us can use tools like my oracle cards, which I'll be using in just a minute, are very good cards. If you haven't picked them up, they are on my shop, and I recommend them highly because they're so self-explanatory. And you can pull a couple cards, every day. So definitely don't go like rush. I think so many people feel like once they're in the spiritual world that, oh, well, I'm not as gifted as somebody else. And we start comparing ourselves. And it starts lowering and blocking our vibration to understand our gifts or to fully accept them. So don't do that to yourself. Don't psych yourself out at all. All right, guys. I'm going to get into some readings. If you want to ask for a reading, you can ask a specific question, or you can ask for a general reading. And I'm going to start using my gift, and then I'll be switching over to the cards. Because like I said, I don't need cards to do readings, etc. So Go ahead, go at it. No names when you are asking, questions. I don't want anybody to ask for a specific name of a person, but just kind of keep it more, either general, etc. And understand that if you are here, you are taking full liability for this. You understand that this is for entertainment purposes only, even though it is spiritual work. I have to say that because that's the legal thing to say out there for, and like a lot of you that understand this, like that's on my website. A lot of people understand that and understand that any advice or messages are for the greater good for you, and that you don't need to, whatever you get from me or receive from spirit today, it's up to your own free will to make the best decisions for your life. Okay, so I had to get that out of the way because I feel like a lot of people don't understand when I start getting really into readings, that, thing. So let me go ahead and see here. Thank you so much. Lexi says, thank you so much. I've been so lost lately and I love tarot cards. It started when I was 15. They truly helped me. Yeah, trust the messages that are coming through, Lexi, with your tarot cards, because you are a starseed. You are very connected to the spiritual realm. And so I'm glad that was about the age that I started. I actually started reading tarot cards at 12 years old. That was my first thing. Of course, I didn't know back then. I didn't really take it seriously. At 12 years old, I would get scared every time I saw the devil card because I was like the naive person that I was. And I would be like, oh my God, the devil's going to come and get me. And then I kind of understood, the deck. And I started off with the Rider-Waite. I'll never forget. That was my first day. And that is my favorite deck right now. So Wolf Mother asks, how many guides are around me? You have 3 guides around you. Okay. Let me see here. Go up. Ooh, these y'all don't understand when y'all type for a question or a reading, it goes like whew. Catherine Klein, am I a starseed? Ray? No, you are actually an indigo. I feel like you were in that time period. Like even sometimes we have indigos that are born now. Your aura comes across very indigo-like. You came with a specific mission. This is for Kathy Klein. And so I keep hearing indigo child. If you have not looked up that information, I would suggest that you Google it so you can better understand that. Okay, Kathy? You are definitely an indigo, which is basically like a starseed. You did come, like indigos have a special mission here on Earth, etc. There were people believe, again, that indigos were like from the 1970s to the mid 1980s. Excuse me. That period was like the indigo period. But then after that, it was like crystal children, then rainbow children, and star seeds. But, I don't want to put like a label to a time period. I feel like for you, you're indigo. Okay. Okay, Lauren Martin says, hi, Ray. Can you tell me what Spirit says regarding my career? And I can't take it anymore, but I have many roadblocks. Thank you. I'm so sorry to hear that. I understand what you're saying because I used to work for some place just like that, and it was very stifling. I feel like you may be calling in certain days, and that may be adding fuel to the fire. Like I get, when I tune into you, like a piece of you wants to have an excuse to maybe get fired in some kind of way. I know that that's not maybe like what you want, but it could be possibly like what subconsciously what your soul is wanting to do. I don't see this situation getting better. I feel like there's a lot of toxicity in that area. And I actually feel like you will either resign or quit. Like I see you quitting that job. And there will be another opportunity coming within the next 4 to 6 months. But like right now is a dead period for anyone. Well, not for anyone, but for most people, because it is the holiday season. Unless you're looking to or willing to accept like a holiday job and go and apply at a store, or I don't see any kind of like major changes in what you do. So I feel like you are definitely at a standstill, and Spirit has it that way. Come like February, like around income tax season. I don't know what part of the, you live in, but around February, March, you will probably end up like saying sayonara, bye. There is a finality coming to you for that situation. So good question. I hope that helps you. So hold on to that. If that doesn't make sense right now, hold on to it, okay? Guys, whenever I give messages, like I went live on Instagram the other day doing readings. Some people were like, I don't know if they could take certain messages or not. Some people, when I give readings, are much future oriented. I'm not a fortune teller, but that's how my gift works. And it may not make sense to you then, but hold on to it, okay? All right, so thank you so much for asking your question. Okay, let's go down. Okay, Jessica Thompson asks, I will love a reading. Will I get financially stable? When it comes to your finances, Jessica, there's just so much that I feel like is like a roadblock for you. Like you do have periods where you get caught up, but I don't know if you have like debt or outstanding bills or things that are coming up. So I feel like debt surrounds you. When I tune into you, I don't know why I'm getting that, but I do get that. I feel like for the next 2 years, I'm never going to be that person that lies to you and tells you things, that are not true, or tells you things that to kind of like lift your spirit up. But I do see a rough road for you for the next 2 years, financially speaking. I feel like there's a lot of ups and downs, and the only way that you can get yourself out of that situation is possibly like either changing jobs to a higher paying job, or to work 2 jobs. And having some support. I don't know why I'm getting like a male energy attached to you. So if you're not in a relationship now, Jessica, Spirit is saying that basically there is going to be some kind of support system that you do receive from another person. And I get 2 of them. Like they're showing me 2 people. So like there will be another person that kind of helps you in some kind of way. I also feel like there's going to be some kind of program that this would be like government assistance of some form that you either apply for, or you're waiting for a decision, or you will apply for and then you wait for a decision, and there will be some assistance around it. So don't get yourself too down. I don't feel like it's going to be a horrible 2 years. You will have some ups and downs. Like it's not going to be stability. That's not what I'm seeing. So for the next years after that, then it does seem to get better, and that's what Spirit is showing me. So hold on to that, please. I'm going down. Hi, Gloria. Let me see. Okay, cinnamon toast toasty. And actually, it's so crazy because right before I saw your name, I saw the box of cereal of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And I hadn't even gone to your name to see it. And so Spirit drew me to you. So she asked, what spiritual gift, please? Thank you. And thank you, love. What's my spiritual gift? Okay, so you have spiritual gifts. You are an empath. So you feel energies and sensitive to energies, etc. But you also have claircognizance and clairsentience, which is like clear knowing and clear sensing of places, things, people, and events that have taken place. Like more or less that information that you shouldn't know, but you know it, and you feel it. Those are your gifts, and you need to trust your intuition, whatever you get and receive. I also feel like you have some. Your mom was or is a medium, and so your mediumship abilities are going to come through as well. Like you will start feeling and seeing, having spiritual visitations from Spirit. So definitely don't fear your gift, but I feel like for you, what's kind of blocking some of it is that I feel like you don't want a lot of people to know and think that you're crazy, but you need to kind of like release that, because who cares what they think, you know? So many people are so worried about what other people think, and you cannot go through life living that way, worrying about what other people think. People are going to always have an opinion about you. They're going to call you crazy, no matter how you dress, look, or talk, okay, or walk. Okay, Rathana Proom says, hello, Ray. I'm sensitive to energy, and I always feel spirits around me, but I never see them. I feel crazy whenever I speak of it. What advice can you give me? The same advice that I gave Cinnamon Toasty, to embrace your gift. You're not crazy. You definitely have a female presence around you. This would be a young woman. I feel like this is a spirit guide for you. And there is also an older female with you. Could be like an aunt that has passed away, or a great aunt. But I see someone that's on the other side, and then a spiritual guide. So you have about two female energies around you, and that's for Rathana Prum. There's also some, I don't know if you're into Buddhism or Hinduism, but they're showing me like, is it Ganesh, the elephant, and some other like Hinduism, or like Buddhism. Like there's a draw for you somewhere there, and they're talking about Dharma and karma, like those elements, and studying that culture. So I don't know, Rathana, if you would ever have an inclination to that, or you come from that, hold on to it. But there is some kind of pull. I feel like this is kind of like a message saying that you're being pushed more into the spiritual side, okay? In the spiritual world, and you may find some answers with Buddhism or Hinduism. Okay. Rose Zelaya, she says, I'm praying to be transferred to another job from a very toxic job. I feel like you will get that job, but I don't know how soon. Spirit is not revealing that to me, but you will get that job. So just hang in there. The best thing that you can do is like work with black tourmaline, selenite, and also protect yourself in an energy bubble of gold light. Okay. I'm going to scroll down now. Okay. Okay, Rathana. Okay, so you are going into the Buddhist thing. I would hope that that would have made sense to you, that message, because that's what I keep seeing. So thank you so much for confirming that. Tiana Nix, anything for me, Ray? I could touch on so much, but could you speak on the most pressing issue for me, please, and thank you. Immediately, I'm drawn into your love life and your personal life. Like there is a sense, Tiana Nix, of dissatisfaction, of worries, of just hard struggles that you've gone through over the last couple of years, but more so like over the last 2 years. I feel like financially also there's been some struggles there. Like you have a culmination of things, experiencing loss, like a theme. It's a theme, not necessarily like people, loved ones being like passing and crossing over, but like feeling like people have walked out of your life, or you've had to pull away from people. It's like you think sometimes, you wonder if you're cursed. You're not cursed. It's not bad juju or bad energy that's attached to you, but basically you're going through like a shedding phase, a purging phase. And it's a very rough phase to go through. But as far as like your love life, that's what the main focal point would be right now. I don't know what your your situation is with that, but they are showing me like you being very patient and trying to see ways of kind of like feeling more alive when it comes to that area, because it feels like it's very muddled. It's stagnant at this time. So there's changes that are coming on the horizon in 2020 for you, Tiana, when it comes to your love life. And I feel like this could be a communication between you and another person, and just kind of letting things kind of like develop slowly. But definitely do not jump into anything. I feel like you are very much also needing to let go of barriers and kind of the past that you hold on to. It's like you may kind of judge other people, not wanting, like not doing it, from a bad place, but rather that from pain. Sometimes from pain arises judgment of others, or kind of like comparing others, and maybe feeling like they are going to be just the same as what you've experienced in the past. And so you need to kind of step out of that. And that's something that you will step out of. I feel like you're very strong. You're going through a lot of changes and you're working on yourself. The best thing that you can do for yourself is to work on healing techniques. Wearing some malachite on your, like right here by your heart can help your heart chakra, because I feel like that's where you have the most damage from a spiritual standpoint. And that will help you kind of open up your heart chakra and get it more balanced. Practice deep breathing meditation. That will help you a lot. So that's for Tiana Nix. So I hope that helps you. Okay, Cool Pizza Guy asks, hi Ray, already commented and asked, but in case you can answer this, I was wondering if I should quit my current job and pursue my dreams. Thank you very much. I feel like you should pursue your dreams, but you should not quit your job, okay? I feel like you definitely need some income, of course, to have some sustainability in your life. But you can start pursuing your dreams in baby steps. That's what I'm getting for you. I keep hearing business. I feel like this would involve helping other people in some capacity. You're very creative. This is the Cool Pizza Guy. So yeah, you just need to continue working until you can have, some of your dream developed slowly. So I definitely would not recommend you quitting. All right. Probably may not be the answer that you're looking for, but that's what's coming from spirit. Taylor Minak. Hi, Ray. Can you give me some little insight on the months to come? I just recently lost my job. For you, Taylor Macnack, I feel like it's a rough road for you over the next year when it comes to finding the right job. I feel like you're very picky when it comes to, you're not going to accept just anything. You are wanting something obviously around the same pay, or if not more, with benefits. And I feel like that kind of may be holding you back from finding a job sooner. You are going to have to release some of those wants and kind of compromise with the universe, if you understand where I'm going, and accept something that may not be exactly what you want, but with room of opportunity to grow. It's kind of like starting all over for you. And so, yes, you will find something, but it will not be in the time frame that you are wanting it to be, because I feel like, you are going to be very picky. And a part of you may want to not work. Like, not necessarily like you, I'm not saying that you won't want to work, but some part of you may like this respite a little bit too much, and don't get too comfortable. The longer that you're unemployed, it's harder to get back out into the market, okay? So for you, it's going to be like, even though you would like to maybe rest a little bit away from that, don't get too comfortable and unmotivated from searching. You do need to search starting now, okay? Don't wait. Even though it's the holidays, do not wait. You may want to work with a recruiter, but you will find something else. But again, it may be a little bit longer, like talking about like 4 to 6 months, obviously, and maybe even longer than that, depending on what you're willing to accept. I'm not saying that you should accept anything less than what you deserve, but sometimes we have to compromise. And I think I've seen this time and time again with another friend that I have. This person did not want to go back into the same job field, career field that they were. They were unemployed, and now they're struggling to make ends meet. Because again, they got too conformed with unemployment. Okay. Okay, I'm going to read Monica Herbert, and I'm going to use my cards. I'm going to start doing general readings now, using my cards. These are my cards. I love them so, so much. Okay, Monica Herbert, let me pull some cards for you. Okay, I got backstabbing. So, heads up, when you get this card in my deck, there could be something that is coming up that you need to pay attention to, maybe like a form of betrayal, something that stands out at a later time for you. But Spirit is saying to basically stay aware of that, okay? That there could be someone that's telling you one thing but is very deceiving, Monica, okay? The other thing that I got here is your third eye. It's very open. It's your spiritual abilities are open. You need to start trusting what you feel and what you sense, because you have psychic abilities, my dear. All right, so I hope that helps you. Okay, Russell's daughter. Anything your spirit can guide me. Let's pull some cards. Guys, thank you for the donations. They really go towards my channel and helping. Russell's daughter. Let me pull 2 cards for you, and then I'm going to do the person that donated the $10. Okay, for you, I got forgive. Russell's daughter, forgive. So maybe like you hold on to certain things that have happened to you or people that have hurt you in your life. And the main communication here is to let go of that. I also hear gossiping. Like either you got this card either for 2 reasons. Either someone is trying to pull you into the gossip, or you can easily go into it. But to avoid that, to avoid any kind of gossip, talking about other people negatively, I'm not saying that you would, but just to be aware, because there may be some people that you are around you that like to do that and want to get you embroiled into all of that drama, which you don't need. All right. So let's get into Rathana Prune. Oh, thank you so much, sweetheart, for your donation of $10. I really, really appreciate you. So sweet. Guys, if you want to donate, you can. There's a little $sign symbol. You can donate, and that will help my channel so I can continue to produce content. Okay, let me see here. Kendra Smith. Yes, you can, my lovely. Let me shuffle. Jackie Moya, you're next, okay? So Kendra Smith. Let me pull 2 cards for you, hun. This is from my deck, Starseed Oracle cards. You got this card, self-love. So Kendra Smith, this is a message for you to start loving yourself, to start putting yourself before other people. I feel like you are in that phase right now where you may start realizing you need more sleep, or you need to like pamper yourself, go for a spa, get a facial, or just get your pedicure done, get your hair did. Do something for yourself, Kendra. That's what Spirit is saying. Like you're not being selfish, putting yourself first. Go shopping for some shoes. Lord knows if you and I went shopping, I'd be shopping for maybe about 3 pairs of shoes. I always tell myself when I go shopping for shoes, well, I do all of my shoe shopping online, but if I ever go to a store and it's like they have good shoes and I see something that I like and it's on sale, I'm going to have it. Gossip. So pay attention to that. Let me get another card for you. I don't know why that gossip came out, but Kendra, just be aware of that. For some reason, you got third eye again. So we got that. Like you're fully awake, and I feel like you know exactly what to be on the lookout for. So don't think twice about it. All right. So Jackie Moya, let me pull some cards for you, my dear. Are y'all eating hamburgers today? Like, what are y'all eating? I'm curious. I'm always thinking of food, but I can't have most of the stuff that I'm thinking about. It's all in moderation. So I'm not going to go back to what I used to be eating. Jackie Moya, I got here, new job. There's a new job came up. So either if you're not looking for something new in your career, you could be like, it's a very strong possibility, or it could be that you know, someone in your life that maybe like a partner or someone that is looking for a new job. You also got crystals, so you should be working with crystals. What crystal in particular for you? I feel like you would benefit from black obsidian. It would help open your gift, and also lapis lazuli. And they're telling me to pull one more card for you, Jackie. So I got moving. This could be like either somebody is moving, either if you're not wanting to move, you could, have another type of move in your life. It doesn't necessarily have to be like moving locations. It could be a move from a job. It's interesting enough you got the new job card, so hold on to that. But there's some kind of transition or move that is going to take place in your life over the next year, Jackie, okay? Those are Jackie Moya. So let me see here. Thank you for the other person that donated, Doreen Garby. Thank you so much, sweetheart. So let me pull some cards for you, and then I'll answer your question as well. She says, I keep seeing triple numbers, 111, 222, 333. Those are angel numbers from your Ascendant Masters and Spiritual Guidance team. Anytime you see these repetitively, they're telling you that they're there, they hear you, but basically there's something in your life still that you need to make a change or take that initial step going forward and not be afraid. Because sometimes we are afraid to move forward, and that's what Spirit is saying, for you not to be afraid and to move forward with that. And so let me pull some cards for you, Doreen. Sir Doreen Garby. I really appreciate your donation. Listen to your intuition. What did I say? That Spirit guides, they're talking to you through the angel numbers. It's spiritual communication. Any of you guys that are seeing repetitive numbers, 1111, 111, 222, or 333, this is how Spirit communicates, sometimes using numbers. And then I got anger. So there may be someone that's a male energy, Doreen, that either is in the, I feel like this may be a man that's in the spirit world. I get an older gentleman that would have crossed, I don't know if this is your father or grandfather that's in spirit. But I feel like this person may have had some issues in life. And this is like something that I feel like maybe you need closure, or somebody else is needing closure during. Things that were not said, and I got the blinded card. So I feel like he's saying from the other side, whoever this is that he went through life sometimes like so strong in his opinions and the things that he was, that he was raised, how he was raised, that he couldn't see past anything else, and he didn't know any better or anything else. So hold on to that message, and that's for Doreen Garby, okay? I really, really appreciate you. And many blessings to you, Doreen. Also, me, thank you so much for your donation. Let me pull some cards for you. Let me go down to also me is who I'm going to be reading next. Also me, but I'm going to go down to C. You're welcome, Doreen. Many blessings. Thank you, Finditesh. So also me, I got justice. When we see this part, sometimes justice could mean like a legal issue coming up or a balance. And for you, I feel like also me, there's some kind of balance that is needed in your life. The scales, the sign of Libra, like the the balance in your life. You're needing greater balance, and that's the message that Spirit is bringing forth. Let me pull 2 more cards for you also, me. Spiritual attachment. I feel like you're very spiritually open. Need to be careful, specifically when you are around areas that are very haunted, etc. You could have the potential of having a spiritual attachment, or someone near you could be very open to spirit. So use sage to cleanse your energy, to remove any attachments, and always pray to your ancestors for them to guide you to move away any negative energy. Dependencies are talking about someone in your life that could be a family member, either here or that has passed, but I feel like it's someone that's here that could have some type of dependencies. It could be yourself, also me. Not that necessarily, like dependencies, people think drugs or alcohol, and that's not what it is. Sometimes it could be that, but it could be like just food. You know, people turn to food, or maybe you have like you are into like buying lottery tickets, like I am, and that's can become very addictive. So Spirit is saying for you to just watch those tendencies in yourself, where you feel like maybe you are just doing stuff and it's becoming an addiction. It could be watching too much TV, too much of your favorite episodes, and not getting any work done. So kind of pay attention to that message. And that's how you would read that card. All right, so let me... Fendi Tesh. I love you, Ray. Thank you. I love you. Thank you for your donation. Let me go ahead and choose the card to you, the messages. Immediately, Fendi Tesh, they're telling me that you need to buy some red roses and put them in your living space, because I don't know what the issue is there, but you need to bring some form of outdoors, indoors. If you have any plants, that's good, but I feel like you need to bring in some roses. That's the first message that is coming through from Spirit completely. They're also talking about the color blue being very important for you. So I don't know if you or who likes the color blue, but they're really talking about using the color blue as, like, I would say aquamarine for you, maybe even like lapis lazuli. You would find that those 2 crystals are very beneficial for you. I got new job. So again, there could be some focus on money, finances, or like finding a new job eventually, either for you or for someone else. I also am getting new love, Fendi Tesh. So there's something, either someone that you will be going into a relationship with, or like there's a lot of focus now on your love life, but a potential for a new love. So this could even be a friendship. It doesn't always have to be romantic in nature. All right, so hold on to that. But you got some good cards, some good changes off of my deck here. So guys, if you want this deck, I'm going to switch to my other deck to do readings now. Pick up my cards on my website, www.raymondguzman.net, and I ship them out within 3 to 5 business days. It's a really great set to use. And let me get to the next person. Linda Zion, thank you so much, sweetheart. What do you see coming for me? For you, it's all about, like, right now, your emotions, getting out of that mental space that you've been in. There's something like, I feel like blockages on a spiritual level for yourself, getting out of that area. And also, like, there's a lot of focus on your love life as well. It's like, I think a lot of us are looking for love and looking for something new in our life. And for you, like, I feel like that has always been a struggle. So, but let me see what cards come up for you, hun. And this is for Linda, who donated. Thank you, Georgie Taylor, about Jeffree Star. Yeah, I love Jeffree. I feel like, a lot of people don't like him because he's unique. And some people have called him racist, comments that he's made in the past. But he really is a good person. And a way that I would have known this information, and I did a reading, but who knows? Maybe someday Jeffree will see it and give me a shout out. Okay, Linda. So for you, I got Saint Martha, authority. This is the card of authority, like you kind of like setting your foot down, no longer taking any crap from anyone, and trusting your decisions from this point forward. Okay, you need to Definitely trust your decisions. The next card I got for you is Harry Houdini. Interesting. You got it's Mist Mastery. So it's like he was known as a magician who was able to escape from certain situations, that he was, or these tests that he would create. And so for you, I feel like Spirit is saying that you are going to like escape or come out in a very positive manner from this. You're in a transition phase, purging and growing spiritually, Linda. Okay. So for you, like whatever you're going through that you feel is like very hard for you, it's going to change. Your luck is about to change for good. And it's going to be good. Christina Ortega, thank you so much, sweetheart. She says, hi, Raymond. Can you tell me about my kids possibly seeing spirits at home and my love life? Thank you. Okay, so for you, they definitely are seeing spirits. I don't feel anything malevolent. This would be ancestors. There is a male, though, that is connected somehow coming through. And he would have had a drinking problem before passing, like in his younger days. I don't know if you know who that was or is. He was a very hard worker. He would have worked outside. If you can't put a finger to it, just hold on to it, okay? You're welcome, Linda. And so this is for Christina Ortega. I'm going to pull some cards to you and see what Spirit says, okay? Okay, for you, I got... shuffle better. The thing with big cards are kind of hard to shuffle. Okay. I got here Maya Durin, immersion. For you, it's about immersing yourself into a new era. Like she's facing the light, leaving a lot of the things that you've been worried about, that the guy, your love life, that situation, leaving it behind, embracing and loving yourself. Notice how she's like hugging herself. She's very seductive in her way, like kind of like you looking more into your sexuality of who you are and finding some passion. Like I feel like if you really look, my dear, very closely, maybe like put yourself out there or maybe join a dating site or however you want to do it, you will find somebody very quickly. It's like I feel like there is this card. It's like, notice how it has the heart up here. See that heart? That's love. Okay? So love is coming to you, my dear. The other card I got here is Saint Josephine Bakhita, release. Okay, remember that message that I gave you many months ago about releasing the situation with the ex or that person and letting go and moving forward. So like this is a symbol of someone that is very religious. You would see it that way, but I see it as kind of like purifying yourself, purification. That's what you're going through right now. Releasing the old to make way for the new, finding your happiness. So hold on to that, Christina, okay? I hope that helps you so much. Mela, thank you so much, sweetheart, for your donation. Hi, Ray. I'm unlucky in love. The person I believe is my soulmate is married, so we can't be together. Will I ever find true love and happiness? I yearn for a committed relationship. Love you. Love you too. And you do need to let go of that person. Like I cannot, tell you to do it. It's your free will, but I don't feel like that situation is good for you. You definitely deserve better. And until like you realize that, I feel like you will be stuck waiting for this person, that cannot be emotionally and physically available to you. And you're not the only one going through this. There's a lot of people going through that, you will have that committed relationship, but I feel like you cannot manifest that in your life until you let go. All right, so let me just, that's from Mela. Let me see what cards I pull up. I'm going to go through the comments really quick. Thank you, Babla, for your your donation. I'll be getting to you next. I'm doing some donation readings right now. So I'm going to probably wrap it up after these next two. For Mela, you got here Plato, student of the universe. Very powerful card. Okay. So I feel like this is like ascended master, someone that's working, like you have guidance from the other side, from your ancestors who have crossed over, who have been on the other side. They're always around us. And I feel like for you, you have a strong male, could be like a father figure, grandfather figure that is with you. And I do feel like he's telling you that basically you are learning. This is all about a learning phase. Don't beat yourself up about this love relationship, because I feel like you are going to attract the right person, but it's about letting go of the current. Then you got St. Francis, healing. Again, you're going through a healing phase for yourself, okay? So you definitely need to kind of allow that healing. Don't be so much in a rush to move on to the next person, but do release that no longer serves you, okay? So let me see here. Catherine Raymond, thank you so much, sweetheart. Let me get Bedla, because she had donated. So. I just got a pop-up for cornbread dressing, which sounds really good. Simply Food by Ty. If y'all haven't checked him out, check out his channel. I'm a big fan of his. He's always posting these delicious things. If I would be eating that, I'd be diabetic again. Okay, so Perla, you got St. Mary McCallum, life lessons. You're going through some life lessons, Perla, right now. You're learning some hardships, things that are making you look deeper for answers, whether this is spirituality or your religion, okay? That's for Perla. And then I got for you this card, which is St. Teresa, divine ecstasy. There is some thoughts about your love life, maybe wanting or still having feelings for somebody in your past, even though you may have someone in your present, but there could be some feelings. Hold on to this card, because I feel like you're going through a deep spiritual awakening, and where you're kind of realizing what is a priority, what isn't with this card. The roses, the rose bush is all about the divine feminine. For you reconnecting to like the divine feminine, and you can do so by like working with rainbow moonstones, some of those, crystals, etc. Catherine Raymond, thank you so much. Let me do your cards. Oh, Katharina Raymond. I'm sorry. Guys, like I have some people saying you're wrong for supporting Jeffree Star, etc. I don't really, come to your channel or tell you, what to do. So keep your opinions to yourself. If they're very negative in that place, and I don't care if the person that wrote that, I'm not going to say their name, but they know who they are. I don't come and tell you who to support or how to support. Just like when I did the reading on Donald Trump Jr. the other day, I have people that are leaving comments that are very gross about, well, you need not to downplay or blah, blah, blah. Like, get a life and go and do your own channel. If you don't like it, why are you listening to me if you have an opinion, That's why we need to have less hate in our heart and more love and acceptance of people, and things would change. Katharina Raymond, you got the same card as somebody else. Maya Durin, immersion. So again, about love, there's a lot of focus around your love life, loving yourself, loving others, being able to, move in that direction. I also got here for you, Saint Expedite, immediacy. You're worried about something, Katharina. You're wanting something to already happen. This could be around your finances. Something is going to change for you over the next 2 months, okay? And I feel like it's positive. When Saint Expedite comes in, there's no holding him back. He's one of the ones that helps around like work, manifesting something that you want immediately in your life. Like he is a warrior and he's going to help you. You have divine assistance, so you need not to worry. Okay, Katharina? Many blessings to you, hon. Okay, my last reading is going to be on Elaine Cambrellin. I hope I said that right. Hi, Ray. Love your channel. Can I have a reading on my career and love life? You certainly may. Let me pull some cards for you. And let me say something else. Like, just because I do a reading on someone doesn't mean that I support them, but I don't hate other people. Like, I can see the soul level. And so some people will always, like, if you say the N word to someone, you know, a lot of times if you're the color white or you're mixed, you're racist automatically. And if you are someone that is dark, you know, dark skin or like African American or black, they say it amongst themselves. Sometimes white people say it amongst themselves, that word. And so like, it's like, there's a big sensitivity if a light skinned person does it. But if, you know, because I'm part black, like I've always said, so I embrace that, but I'm mixed. So it's like, people use that word and they shouldn't. Like, I don't like that word at all. I don't use it. I don't condone that behavior at all. But people say things sometimes and it slips out maybe as a mistake. But to keep harboring and judging that person doesn't make you any better than what that person did. If deep down that person is, you know, whatever they are, then the universe and God is going to take care of that. Who are you to judge somebody else or judge me? Or judge anybody, any of my rays of light for being on my channel, you know, and maybe like saying something nice about other people. So yeah, I'm going to come for you and you're not going to like it, you know, when I say stuff like this, but it's not like I'm out to get you, but to make you see and be more aware that you need to change your mind frame. We cannot come from that place of hate and anger. You're never going to resolve anything in your life. And sometimes that's why our lives are so shitty, when we hold on to those kind of things and judge other people. So Elaine, for you, I got St. Lucy, fierce strength. You're very powerful, Lucy. You're coming into your power. I don't think you understand or realize how powerful you are. You definitely have some strong spiritual abilities. You are a clairvoyant. I feel like you also have part angelic energy and have always been gravitating towards that angelic side of yourself. Connecting with your angels is going to be very important. Praying to your angels, Archangel Metatron, and developing your spiritual abilities. You also got Harry Houdini, again, the mastery. So, you know, Houdini was a magician. It's like the mystical part, like escaping a rough situation. In other words, like how I read that part of Houdini is like, no matter what situation you're in, you're going to find a way to escape that or to change that. Because again, you're the master of your own fate. So that's the message that I get. All right. So much blessings to you and anyone else who donated, and those of you that didn't, but that had a question. I really, really appreciate you for being here. Okay. So let me just go through the messages really quick. I'm just going to read what I said here, what's being said. Oh, keep up. Kamisha Singer, should I walk away from my child's father? Not now. It's not time. And that's for Kamisha. So I'm just going through the comments. Oh, some of you are asking about my, I still have 5 minutes here, but let me put my cards up while I talk. Some of you have been asking about my predictions for 2020. They're coming up. I usually write them around the week of Thanksgiving. And I may write them, you know, within the next 2 weeks. I need to have some time where I just sit down with spirit and not do any kind of readings. And sometime in February, sometime in December, I'm going to take a week off to kind of just, you know, have like a vacation, because I've been working like nonstop. And so we always need to keep going. Marcia Childress, thank you so much, sweetheart, for your donation. Email me. You know my email address. It's raymondguzman@hotmail.com. Email me since you did donate. But I, like I was saying, I am taking off for a week in December. You know, to kind of like just detach and really enjoy the holidays and that, you know. So if y'all want to send me any kind of Christmas cards, I will feature them. Products you want me to, if you have a business out there and you want me to promote your business, you know, as long as it's something that is like not, you know, crazy, I will promote your business. Send me whatever you want. My post office box, it's listed in the, usually in the comments section of all my videos. There's a postal box mailing address. As far as like Houston, Gloria, yes, I am thinking of a venue. I need to get with you to find if there's a venue that I can book so I can do like a meet and greet live in Houston, Texas. I would love to do that. And to meet some of you face to face in the flesh, if you're willing to buy a ticket and go to Houston, Texas. But yes, I'm definitely doing that. There's a lot of other projects that I am planning on doing that I can't talk about. But yes, a lot of good things, and just so many other things that are going on. But yeah, just stay strong, stay positive. This is going to be a very interesting last 2 months of the year because there's so many things going on, so many people acting erratic, you know, and people that are not going to be able to handle the energies. Like there's a lot of crazy out there. So try to stay away from drama because I'm telling you, like, this is a dangerous time. The last two months, excuse me, of this year is going to be intense with the Mercury retrograde, definitely. So that, and then what else was I was going to say? Just be careful because there's, like I said, I was trying to remember. There was something I was going to say. It's up in age. I'm getting up in age. Just kidding. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing day, guys. Love you.